More visualizations were promised based on this quality examination. Recall, we had created a breakdown of all the problems associated with these particular tasks. So there are the three tasks, and here are the people responsible for the problems and how much they cost due to overruns and resource overallocations. Let's go back to that particular project file and have a look at what problems were. The problems were here. Let's just put a WBS inside there. And let's imagine that there were hours overrun. So if we go and look at these tables over here, and you'll see here the project quality on that task split up over there, that resource responsible, the quality code which would refer to what problem it was, how many hours were overrun, and then the hourly rate of that particular resource. And you will recall that we calculated the total cost based on the hours multiplied by the hourly rate. So fair enough. Now what I've done is, let me just go there, is I've created a measure creating an average cost. So going to that total cost, and let's create the average cost, which would be average project quality total cost, right? An average of that column. That's a measure that I've added. How did I add that measure? You just need to right click over there and you go new measure. Okay, new quick measure, you can go new measure as well. Okay, so if we look at this measure, we created it that way. The measure doesn't actually exist inside the actual table, it's just added to the model. Right, then if I go and look at my tapestries, that was very easy. So these are the problems: late arrival caused that much damage, exchange of rate unfavorable caused that much damage, okay, poor preparation caused that much damage, etc., etc., etc. Then on my second visualization, what I did is I broke down the three tasks over there. Which three tasks? That would be these three tasks here, and we're examining the problem. Remember, we're trying to get down to a proper Pareto distribution of the problems, and we're trying to get down to an Ishikawa-like analysis of the problems, and we first got to identify the problems. So during rapid implementation, that much money was spent on the overrun, but what was due to a communication problem, well, RAP doesn't play a part, but the other two tasks play a part. Then what we're going to do now is we're going to use a Pareto distribution. Secondly, then we're also going to look at KPIs against that measure. So the Pareto distribution is activated by this visual over here. However, how did I get hold of it? I went to more visuals from App Source. I went to the web. I typed Pareto in there and I came up with that, and I just downloaded it. And it added itself to my visualizations. So if I activate the Pareto over there, make it slightly bigger, okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to throw in the average cost as one measure for the problems. So they're the problems, and that's done it all. Okay, so we'll see the problems are reports are late, and where the 80% cuts the curve and drops down, these are the major problems. Okay, so what was that? Strike. There were wrong unit of measurement was used. So those three are definitely the vital few in the Pareto distribution. All right, so what have we done? We've come straight from MS Project. We've looked at the data on that. We copied that through to Microsoft Excel, okay, and we created 4 sheets: project quality with the WBS over there, the resource ID involved over there, and we did a bit of analysis and we saw how many hours were overrun for each instance. Then we created the problems, we looked at the problems, and didn't create the problems, we looked at them, all right, and then we looked at the resources, and that comes straight from the Excel resource sheet. You'll recall the resource sheet is over here, and the hourly rates, they don't look the same, but let's imagine they are that. And then the WBS, of course, was just there. So we created those 4 sheets, we pulled them into Power BI. Here they are, the 4 sheets: project quality, quality problem, resource, and WBS. The relationships were created automatically. You'll see there, resource ID, WBS over there, and quality code over there. And then we went to the tapestry and we created these. One more tapestry to create, one more interesting thing to create, and this I also downloaded from the app source, and it's a Power KPI. So on the Power KPI, we're going to be putting in the average cost as a measure, and on that average cost we're going to be activating the problem. So there's the problem, okay, on average cost, okay, and then we're going to look at the total cost, how it relates to the average cost. So there